but we got to get ratings. I want to hit it big with my music, but this is real opportunity.
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, Leo sent me Curse of the Naked Ghost Hunters. And this 2024 film was directed by Bo Man and stars Brooklyn, no last name given on that one, Moonstone, and San Capri, among others, of course. The story of this movie is about this girl, and her grandma has died. However, she was promised this necklace from her grandmother. However, her uncle thinks that it's haunted, as well as the house that the grandmother had was haunted. And so, it's up for sale. So she pretends to be interested in it and goes to this house. And she convinces the real estate agent just to kind of like leave her alone there. And then she finds out there's just these nudist squatters in the backyard, in the pool. And of course, they have the grandmother's necklace. And so all together, they kind of get naked and team up and try to fight this ghost that is living in the house. What will happen though? Well, for that, you gotta watch the movie and find out. All right, so let's discuss this film. Well, with this one, I did recently review another movie by the same Bowman, which I think is a pseudonym. And I watched, what was it? The Mutants of Nature Cove. We have a review for it, so you can check it out. But this one, I think, is his first foray into, movie making. And it shows, there are certainly things that have improved into the Nature Cove movie. And with this one, it is, I would say, along the same kind of themes or style. It is all nudists as well, so that's what's kind of the gimmick of Nature Cove, and they have it here. After all, wouldn't you want to see some naked ghost hunters? And so with this one, they all get naked, and once they get naked, all their clothes stay off all the time. And I would say that's probably the most eye-catching thing about what you're watching on screen. So if you are into watching naked people do regular stuff, this is one for you. I know ghost hunting is not as regular as it might seem, but just kind of them just doing stuff and they happen to be naked, that's kind of what this one is about. So if that's, tickles your fancy, certainly this one is going to tickle you. In addition, this one is actually pretty short, which is not, necessarily a good or bad thing. It's only like 35 minutes. Though I think the guy emailed Leo, and I got information from that one, and he kind of wants to make it longer for, I guess, Tubi or whatever streaming service. It might require like 40 minutes, and he's got 34 minutes. And so, yeah, he might add some more scenes. So who knows kind of what the final product will be. But as it stands with this one, I would say certainly the time is a benefit to it. It makes it so it doesn't, overstay its welcome. And it's also kind of more of an ironic viewing experience more than anything else, just because with the CGI that they put in it, because there's this ghost and there's bees and stuff like that, it's all like super cheesy and super corny, and did just kind of make me chuckle that this was even what I was looking at. And for example, they had like this swarm of bees, but then the bees go into the water and they can still fly around under the water, and it's just like, what? Like, why would that be it? And I don't know, there's a whole bunch of other little CGI things in this one that just make it for a kind of a fun, corny watch. One that, if you are into ironic viewings of things, this one is certainly something to watch on top of them being naked. That even makes it kind of more ironic in the end. So yeah, it certainly has its little bit of charm to it. And lastly, I don't know if this is going to be something that entices you to watch it. And I'm not trying to body shame anyone, but one of the actresses has like really puffy nipples on the first day of filming, because later on, it's just like regular. But when I saw that, I was like, I've never seen anything like that. That's incredible. And so it's just one of those things that kind of make your eyes pop when you watch this thing. Let's see, what else? I did enjoy the setting. It just takes place in this house, and I would say probably most of it goes around the pool, but you can see like the neighbors' houses above the fence and stuff like that. I think it was filmed in Nevada or Las Vegas or something like that. Maybe those are the same place, who knows? But you gotta wonder, like, what did the neighbors see when they were filming this stuff? Like, that's just kind of a funny thing to think about while watching it. And then just to see these guys just run around this pool and, they're imagining or acting being chased by ghosts just all naked, it certainly adds to kind of the ironic charm that it certainly does have. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this one. Well, a bunch of stuff, of course. This one, I would say, certainly like the shooting and the editing has this kind of weird style to it, and certainly sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just kind of a mess sometimes, especially when they're overlaying the CGI flying bees underwater and stuff. Like, it's just like, what is going on? And what else? The acting, I would say, is probably like the weakest part of this whole movie as well. Like, nobody's doing a particularly good job, and I think that also has to come down with the script and how it's also edited together. Like, there are some scenes that go on, I think, longer than they should, and then there's one scene where this one girl is just like repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and then there's one scene that goes on forever where the one girl has to, like, I guess, help the other naked people, and they all just want help at the same time, and this scene goes on and on and on. I ended up picking up my phone for a moment and to just to get through the scene, but there are certainly ones that overstay their welcome, which is unfortunate because it is so short. Especially, I would say, in the second half, all the scenes are the right length. Certainly it's the first half that does have this issue, and it does affect your kind of interest going into it. Like, it's just like, why would you do this? Like, what am I watching? How low budget is this? And then the second half kind of hits, and you're like, oh, this is like much more well put together. And so yeah, it's kind of all over the place in many different ways. And so with this film, the director, writer, producer, Bowman, this is, I guess, their first one, or maybe their second one. I think with this one, they probably learned a bunch of lessons watching Nature Cove. It does have a lot better things in it, so he's clearly, learned from this experience, which is good. It's just that, you can kind of see the rougher side of everything with this one. As for a recommendation, well, if you like bad movies and you like watching things ironically, you can put this one on. It does have lots of nudity, so if you're okay with that, you should be good to go. I don't know where you can watch it, but it is maybe out there, who knows? And yeah, so press play if you choose to. As for a rating, well, I have to give it the score of 3 because, besides the nudity, it's very meh. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.